Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Toy and I am the chair of the Polk County Out of the Darkness Experience, a part of the Central Florida chapter Out of the Darkness Experience. Thank you for joining me today for this annual event. I am so sad that we cannot gather in large groups at Lake Hollingsworth and Wickham Park this year. My favorite part of the Out of the Darkness walk is seeing hundreds of people together walking to fight suicide. While we may not be able to see hundreds of others walking beside us today, please remember that today and every day, you are not alone. It is an honor for me to be a part of the Central Florida community, a community determined to bring awareness to this important cause. If you have walked with us before, thank you for adapting to this new event. I hope one day soon we can see each other again. And if this is your first time participating, I hope you find this experience healing, and I encourage you to join us again next year. We have a unique opportunity this year because we make such an impact when we all come together, but we can make an even bigger impact by taking our voice to our personal communities. After this program, I encourage you to put on your AFSP gear, carry your sign, wear your beads, and take a walk where you are through the streets of your neighborhood, the trails of your local park, or even a stroll down the aisles of a grocery store. And when you see people mention that you are walking to fight suicide, you never know who you may touch with our message. This pandemic has shown people that we all have mental health, and every one of us can struggle at times. We are all here today to raise our voices and start the important conversation that suicide is devastating, but we also know that it is preventable. And the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and your Central Florida chapter are continuously working to stop suicide. But we can't do it without all of you. Your donations help us in the fight. You can continue to donate or fundraise through the end of the year. All donations will be accepted through December 31st. Head to afsp.org/CFL experience to make your donation now. Again, afsp.org/CFL experience to make your donation now.
Thank you so much, Jessica. My name is Tara Sullivan Larson, and I'm the Central and Southern Florida Area Director for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I want to thank you today for joining us for this unique experience. We are all connected to this cause somehow. Whether you've lost someone to suicide, struggle with your own mental health, support someone who struggles, work in the mental health field, or just want to raise awareness, I know you care about bringing suicide out of the darkness as much as I do. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has a mission. Our mission is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. In the state of Florida, suicide is the second leading cause of death for ages 25 to 35. Our state ranks 30th in the country for the rate of suicide. These are staggering statistics, and your participation in the Out of the Darkness events to raise money for AFSP is so important. The money we raise at these community events help AFSP further the mission nationwide and in our own Central Florida community. So where does your money go? AFSP is the largest private funder of suicide prevention research. The dollars raised by our community fund life-saving research right here in the state of Florida and all over the country. Over the last 5 years, AFSP has awarded over $21 million to improve innovative suicide prevention research. Another way your dollars make positive change is through our advocacy program. Each year, advocates come together both in Tallahassee and in Washington, D.C. to urge our nation's elected officials to create legislation for better mental health care for all. Thanks to our advocacy, we will see a 3-digit national suicide prevention lifeline number. This past September, Congress passed the National Suicide Prevention Designation Hotline Act, and by July of 2022, it will be fully implemented. This will greatly improve the ability of persons in crisis to access the help they need. AFSP is passionate about bringing educational opportunities to our community. With the money you raise, we can bring programs like Talk Saves Lives to community members. With this program, people can learn risk factors and warning signs for suicide and save lives. The education team at AFSP works diligently to constantly update existing programs to keep the public well informed and create new programs. A new program that we are excited to reintroduce after having piloted it last year is called Finding Hope. This program offers guidance to family and community members who are supporting persons at risk for suicide. Lastly, AFSP provides support to those who have lost someone to suicide. Events like International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day and our Healing Conversations program bring people together to share experience of hope and healing through their grief journey. You can learn more about AFSP programs by visiting afsp.org. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I want to take this time to thank our amazing Walk Committee volunteers. Our event would not be possible without the hard work of AFSP volunteers across Central Florida. With the help of our wonderful, tenacious, and hardworking Area Director Tara Sullivan Larson, we have worked tirelessly to adapt our events this year and create a memorable experience in a whole new way. So thank you for your efforts. If you are interested in getting more involved with our Central Florida chapter, then please visit afsp.org/CFL and then click on volunteer. I would also like to thank our generous community sponsors. Each year, our community partners provide additional funds to make our event possible. Even during these trying times, these sponsors have supported AFSP in the Central Florida Out of the Darkness experience. I also want to thank our Central Florida Out of the Darkness experience top teams. For Polk County, our top teams are Kristen Tenpenny's Ride Into the Light, Eric's Entourage, Ant's Army, the Atheist Community of Polk County, and Billy Boys Keepers. For Brevard County, our top teams were James 88, Be the Voice, Hearts for Hastings, Tan Man, and Filled with Hope. Thank you for being fundraising champions for the AFSP. Now let's talk about one of my favorite parts of the Out of the Darkness event, the honor bead ceremony. This ceremony has been done at many walks across the U.S. Using a loved one to suicide or struggling with your mental health can make you feel alone. We present this ceremony to remind us that we are not alone in this journey. We all wear honor beads to show our personal connection to the cause and to unite us with others who understand our experiences. It is my honor to introduce you to a committee member and Central Florida Chapter Board Treasurer, Danielle Lieberman.
Thank you, Jessica. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention uses honor beads to show how suicide has touched our lives. Some people choose to wear many colors to represent the many reasons we are here. Some people choose to only wear one. My name is Danielle Lieberman, and I volunteer with the Polk County Walk. As part of this year's Out of the Darkness experience, we are bringing the honor bead ceremony to the Central Florida chapter Out of the Darkness experience online. This year is different, and with change brings opportunity. This year, as part of the Out of the Darkness experience, we are doing a chapter-wide honor bead ceremony. We have for you a collaboration of people from all over the Central Florida area to show why we are here. I, along with these 9 people, are honored to show what they represent. The white bead represents the loss of a child worn by Paul and Linda. Paul and Linda wear white for their son, Sean.
Hi everyone, our names are Linda and Paul Scatta, and we are wearing white beads in honor of our son, Sean Patrick Scatta, who passed away October 20th, 2011. Sean had an amazing sense of humor and was kind-hearted and always put others first. Not a day goes by that we don't miss him and wish that he was still here with us. Being a part of AFSP's Out of the Darkness walks has helped us tremendously along our healing journey. Today we honor you, Sean.
The red bead represents the loss of a spouse or partner worn by Mary Ann. Mary Ann wears red for her husband, Craig.
Mary Ann, and I'm walking in memory of my husband, Craig. Craig had the amazing gift of making everyone feel at ease around him. He told me at one time that he was a nobody, and why should he make anybody feel uncomfortable around him? He had friends and acquaintances from all walks of life. Family was the most important thing to Craig. That goes without saying that he was an amazing dad and a wonderful husband. He had a great sense of humor, which caused quite a few eye rolls for me and could get him into trouble. Because of these walks, I'm able to think of Craig with a smile on my face instead of just tears of sorrow. This is my husband, Craig Koontz.
The orange bead represents the loss of a sibling worn by Kelly. Kelly wears orange for her brother James.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly, and I lost my younger brother James 4 years ago. Something that I've learned since losing my younger brother is that when you feel down and helpless and in a dark place, that you are not alone and that you can always reach out to someone, whether that's a loved one, a mental health counselor, or an affiliate of the AFSP. Today I walk for my younger brother James.
The gold bead represents the loss of a parent worn by Angela. Angela wears gold for her father.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I wear gold beads and walk in memory of my father. My dad was the type of person that never met a stranger, could find the humor in any situation, and was always quick to help others when needed. As an educator for over 30 years, he touched the lives of so many. We miss him every day and walk in his honor with the hope of ending suicide.
The green bead represents a personal struggle worn by Katie. Katie wears green for all who struggle.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I wear green beads to represent a personal struggle or attempted suicide. Since my attempt in 2013, I've participated in the Out of the Darkness Walk each year as captain of Team Battle Cat. Every year, I walk and fundraise as a way to bring hope to those struggling like I was. You are not alone. Together, we can spread awareness and break the stigma. Your story is not over yet.
The teal bead represents supporting someone who struggles or has attempted, worn by Dr. Bernie Wilkinson.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Bernie Wilkinson, and along with all of my colleagues at Psychological Associates of Central Florida, I'm wearing teal colored beads, which represents supporting someone who has either struggled or has attempted suicide. As mental health professionals, we help our patients and clients work through difficult times and to find effective strategies for managing distress and negative emotions. We believe that through caring and understanding, we can make a positive difference in someone's life. This is especially important during this most unique time in our lives. We are honored to stand and walk next to all who have been touched by suicide, and we believe in and support the work done by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
The silver bead represents the loss of a military or first responder, worn by Ryan. Ryan wears silver for a friend.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I just wanted to talk about a member of my unit that took his own life a few years ago. He was a good man and a very hard worker, and we miss him a lot. Please reach out if you need help. Reach out to a friend, a loved one, or an AFSP counselor.
The purple bead represents the loss of a friend or relative, worn by Aiden and Chase. They wear purple for their Uncle Sean.
Hi everyone, my name is Chase, and I'm here with my brother Aiden. Today we are walking and wearing purple beads for Uncle Sean. Uncle Sean was so funny and always made us laugh.
Sean's favorite football team was the Jacksonville Jaguars. We find it funny that today we wear purple, the color of our favorite football team, the Minnesota Vikings. Today, in your honor, Uncle Sean, we say, Go Jags!
The blue bead represents supporting suicide prevention and awareness, worn by Sarah. Sarah wears blue beads for suicide prevention and awareness.
Hi, my name is Sarah Ray. I'm a humanist celebrant and director of the atheist community of Polk County. Humanism, guided by evidence-based and medically accurate information, calls upon us to care about each other with empathy and compassion. As a transgender woman and an atheist, I know how hard it can be to be part of a minority or marginalized community. But I also know that by the very fact of being human, we are all so very alike. Sometimes we hurt, we struggle, we feel alone. This is part of all of us. So I walk for each of you, and I wear blue in support of suicide prevention and awareness. Let's talk about our challenges and feelings unapologetically. And always remember, you are not alone.
Across Central Florida, we have been so lucky to have such dedicated participants, volunteers, sponsors, and community members that make our events special and inspiring. Now, a special message from AFSP's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Christine Moutier.
Hi everyone, Christine Moutier, Chief Medical Officer at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's really my pleasure to take this opportunity to thank you for being involved and participating in the Out of the Darkness experience. Even though we can't be together in person, we can come together to raise awareness about suicide and suicide prevention and to support each other and the mission at AFSP. Thank you to our hardworking volunteers and staff for supporting the Out of the Darkness experience. Without their tireless efforts, we could not continue the life-saving work in suicide prevention that we do at AFSP. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about what has been going on at AFSP related to our work and the mission. This past year, we have funded 38 new suicide prevention research studies, and that brings our total current investment to $20 million, funding 100 ongoing current research studies in suicide prevention, making us the largest private funder of suicide prevention research. Through our 30,000 plus voluntary field advocates, we are leading the way in mental health and suicide prevention advocacy at the federal and state level, with over 50 state laws and 13 major federal policies being enacted into legislation just in the last several years alone. And most recently, AFSP has played a role in leading the establishment of the 988 three-digit number for people in crisis. We are truly a grassroots meets science organization with a long-standing dedication to those who have lost loved ones to suicide, and now people with lived experience as well. But on the Saturday before Thanksgiving each year, many of you know that AFSP supports hundreds of large and small international Survivors of Suicide Loss Day events. And in 2019, there were 417 of those events in 26 countries around the world. And this November, we hope to see the same, even through virtual means of coming together. We are also working at AFSP in collaboration with the media and entertainment industry to shine a light on hopefulness in mental health and ways that we can support people who are struggling, long before a suicidal crisis is reached. So by working with these content creators, we can make sure that stories that are being developed now for media and entertainment are drawing on the best research in terms of the difference that family members, mental health professionals, teachers, counselors, that we can all make, and that hope and resilience are in fact possible, and not only possible, but that we can make a difference in that way for suicide prevention. So none of that would be possible without your support. And we thank you again for joining in the Out of the Darkness experience, joining with us to prevent suicide. With all of us working together, we can and we will prevent suicide. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us for the 2020 Central Florida Out of the Darkness experience. I hope this has been a positive experience for you. I want to take this time to once again thank the entire Central Florida Out of the Darkness Walk Committee. This amazing group of individuals has worked tirelessly this year to connect our community to the AFSP mission. And now it's your turn. Just before we go out into our communities to walk and be the voice for those we have lost and those who are struggling, we would like to share the photos you submitted as a part of our digital honor wall. Together, we can bring suicide out of the darkness.